question is, what equipment should I use for mowing? So the biggest thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is what dealers you have in your area, preferably within about a 20-minute drive. If you have, let's say you were watching YouTube, watch a bunch of YouTubers, and they say that this new Skag 30-inch mower is just awesome. But then you look into it, you realize your closest Skag dealer is 100 miles away. Personally, I wouldn't do that. It's probably better to find the local Toro or Exmark dealer that's 5 minutes away. Maybe if the mower isn't quite as good as the other one, having a dealer nearby that can help you when you're in a bind or when half your mowers go down, they can jump on it instead of having to drive 100 miles to drop it off, 100 miles back. It's good to build a relationship with someone that's close by. So for me, I'm in a smaller town. My only real options for mowers are Exmark and Walker, and for handheld equipment, it's Stihl or Husqvarna. So, my favorite dealer sells Exmarks and Stihl, so that's what we've used for the last decade. We're loyal to them, and they're good to us. Build a relationship with the dealer, build up some loyalty. When they're backlogged 2 or 3 months in the middle of the summer on repairs, and you're in a bind, and like 3 of your mowers are down, hopefully they're willing to drop what they're doing and step up and help you out and bump you to the top of the list. They realize that you're spending $10,000 a year or whatever the number is with them. They're going to make you a priority over the old lady that's only going to come to you once. And if they don't, maybe they aren't the best dealer. So as far as actual mowers, a lot of it's the same. But you need to keep in mind the size of the properties you're going to be mowing. As your main mower, I recommend you put the biggest piece of equipment you realistically can that you can use on most of your properties. In my area, I found I could only use riding mowers on about 25% of my properties because a lot of them are small, they have gates, and frankly, at one point we had a mower we used and a lot of people complained, get that big mower off my property. People just didn't like it. And so I don't want a $15,000 asset just sitting in a truck 75% of the day. So as a result, we decided to focus on small lawns and use only Exmark 30s. I think we have something like 13 of them. On huge lawns, they're not going to be as efficient as a big mower, but we just charge enough that it's worth the time for the equipment that we have. And we just weighed the pros and cons, and that's what we decided. Another thing to consider is how easy it's going to be to train employees on the equipment. A push mower, it's much easier to train someone. You follow them around and show them a few things for 2 or 3 lawns, and they pretty much have it. A riding mower, there's going to be probably days of training. Probably not the end of the world, but if you have a lot of overturn, there's going to be quite a bit more training. You're going to do more damage to things with bigger equipment. Just another thing to consider. On the other hand, you might have better luck hiring employees if you can tell them that they're going to be on a riding mower instead of walking 10, 15 miles a day. So you got to weigh the pros and cons. So most important thing as far as I'm concerned is build a relationship with a dealer who's close by, find a mower that is reasonable size for the lawns you're going to be mowing, that's going to be able to fit on almost all of them. And at the end of the day, all the major brands are good. Exmark, Skag, all the major brands are fine. Handheld equipment, Stihl, Husqvarna, Red Max, they're all good. The goal is just to get the job done and do it efficiently. And if you have a dealer nearby that's going to treat you well, treat them well, and hopefully you can build a good relationship with them.